So this weekend I'm actually on my favourite local estate lake, which opened today, so I'm going to do the weekend on here and hopefully bag a nice mirror from here. I've got some amazing fish in here, some mega old carp, and yeah, I've had a lap around the lake. I've seen one crash out here on my lap. I come again up this top end, well I was in a couple pegs down actually, and I heard two crash out. So I've come up here with the barrow, just fishing off the barrow and just chucked two rods out quickly. I think I'm going to do the night a couple pegs down where it's a bit more deeper. It's only a foot up here, 2 foot at max. The jug's blooming nearly walking around, so the fish are right up in the top layers up here. It's quite snaggy around the sort of little island thing. In the back margin I've just put two mid-water where I've seen them crash, and yeah, I'm just going to give it an hour, see what happens, and hopefully we'll bag one. But yeah, fingers crossed, I'll have a nice old mirror to show you. Nice one. You got that one? Secret.
Just had that on pop up on a Ronnie rig. It's literally been in water 15-20 minutes. Absolutely sawed off. Just goes to show a bit of pre-baiting just pay off. Happy days.
Yeah, first one. Hopefully many more to come.
Fish number 2 at session. Probably this rod's probably been in our water probably about an hour. And yeah, good mirror this time.
Hopefully. So, have a dip first. Good old dip. So, it's just coming up to probably about a quarter weight now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Been up since 4, was it? We got up at first light and had a tea and everything. Gin, you brought your rods in that you came round to me.
Yeah.
I actually ended up fishing on the other side of the bank. The last clip you saw, I was up that way, up the top end. Spent probably about an hour there, and then didn't see it happening. So I brought the rods in. Tried to get a few pegs down on this bank, but I just couldn't get the sticks in, could we?
No.
There's no way you could get them in. It was all stone. The bank was the bank dropped down, and it's too high to get your rods at the top. So I ended up going on the other side. You'd seen quite a lot of top over there, didn't we? We've seen a few.
Yeah, they seem to be showing.
They were showing, yeah.
Lily pad. So
yeah.
it's one of the better swims on that side to get to the lilies that aren't taken. So
yeah. So I popped round there. It weren't until late till I brought in got all the rods out, was it? Quite a late one by the time I'd settled the brolly and everything got settled down. It must have been about 12 o'clock by the time I got into bed and everything. But yeah, 3 rods were all positioned out, one about a rod length off the lilies. Struggled to find a spot. It was quite weedy out there. It is a silty lake anyway, and it is quite weedy, isn't it? So
yeah.
There were some clear spots out there, and it did find a clear spot just off the lilies, and then positioned 2 rods out in sort of mid-water, 11 and 12 wraps out on my middle and my right-hand rod. But yeah, it's my night passed uneventful. So did yours, didn't it? I think.
Yeah.
You had that flurry of action in the day that you've probably seen by now. That mirrored that comment. But yeah, I haven't had anything since then. How many came out last night? A few. There's been a few on, like I said, it was quite busy yesterday, and the lads next to two pegs down from me, they had one last night. That guy on the sort of split bank on the wall, he's had a common this morning, and his mates apparently had a mirror at 21, wasn't it?
Yeah, £21.
21, so some nice ones coming out. But yeah, it's looking good. I don't know, the weather's just staying pretty much overcast. I'm going to go redo my rods soon, I think, and reposition, rebait and everything, and sort of see what's going to happen for the day. But yeah. at the minute there's not much options to do. No one likes sitting on motionless rods, but there isn't much other options to do. I've been around the lake and I've seen a few fizz out in front of you actually, not far. You're fishing quite close to these pads, but they were a couple rod lengths back. Yeah, it's no other option for me to really stay put where I am and hopefully make it happen in the swim. But yeah, it's, we'll see how it plays and we'll update you if we get anything.
Fish number 3. Yeah, just keep coming. Happy days. What did it come in at? This one was 12. Yeah, not what a big is, but the fish nonetheless. Happy days.
So today's pretty much over and done with. We're on, I don't know what time it's probably about nearly 9 o'clock something.
Half 8, 9 o'clock.
Half 8, 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's been a long day since getting up about 4 this morning. Been up at first light and just been running around since. Been doing photographs for everyone and videoing and that. But yeah, it's still nothing for me. I'm still blanking. You've joined us, haven't you?
Yeah.
This afternoon.
Came off what you've done first night. I came for a second night.
Yeah.
I came down about 1 o'clock.
Yeah. This afternoon.
Done nothing. Seen fish, spooked
You
a
started
couple.
on that MPEG, didn't you?
Yeah, I started on the MPEG in the shallows, but the ducks were just hammering me. So I've moved along over to the lilies, fishing quite a tight swim. All 3 rods are on the lilies, but I've spooked a couple of fish. That's as far as I've got so far.
Yeah. I've done a bit of a change. I've put all 3 rods on pop-ups, but especially I've put them on chods. I started on the heli systems just to avoid that silt, but I think it's still not. There is quite a bit of weed out there, a lot of Canadian weed, isn't there?
Yeah, the
coming
Canadian
through.
weeds came through worse than I've ever seen it on this lake.
Yeah, definitely. So, failing the fish, well, I've seen them bubbling up here and I've seen them cruising about, haven't they? But
Yeah, there's been quite a few on top, especially around the lilies that we're both fishing up to. But I've tried it on the surface, nothing's taken, so
yeah.
it doesn't seem like they're having it that much.
Yeah, whether I was, well, like I say last night, past uneventful, whether I was presented or not, the spots that I did sort of, I did plumb around a bit, you know what I mean, I had a feel with a ledge to see if I sort of just run them across, and they did feel like they were just running across silt, so silt was being in the silt and tackling that with the heli system is better than being in weed, you know what I mean, so just completely eradicate all that. I've just put them all on chods just to hopefully make sure I'm presented over everything, but just feel clear out there, not over any weed. Well, I felt it just should be silt, but the silt is quite deep, so fingers crossed they are presented and we can get by. A lot of bites are still coming from down the pads. I think they are hanging around there purely because of the warmth, the oxygen, everything like that.
It's a
shelter.
It's a hot spot for fish all year round.
Yeah.
Like no matter what time of year you come, you fish around where the pads are when they're dead in the winter, and you do well then.
Yeah.
It is just there. It's a place that they always hang about. No matter when you come, you see activity in there. So
Yeah.
if you can get on them, it's just the spot to be in, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think the guy that's on the wall now, how many fish has he had? 5, 6?
5, 6 fish now.
Yeah, quite a couple, and lost a couple, I think, so. Yeah, it's all happening down there, hopefully. They do move up past me. I have put my rods a lot closer in than they were last night. I put them about halfway last night, and they were 8.5 wraps out, so I would like to say it's looking good for it, but what can I say? I'm not too sure. I'm not really most confident on what's happening, but fingers crossed and all that, and hopefully I shall wake up with one in the sling in the morning. I can show you. Yeah.
Well, been sat watching them all day. They've been spooking off my spot. So I started to doubt it, changed the rig. It's probably been at an hour and it's just absolutely peeled off. And it's came out at £20.4, which is my first 20 from this end of the country. So absolutely buzzing.
So the session's come to an end. I'm going to pack up now. I've got everything on the barrow but the rods. Going to give it 10 minutes at that. Jenner had one this morning. I came and photographed that for him. Plough, he came last night. One of my mates, he ended up with one this morning, so I'll put in a picture of that. And yeah, fortunately, the way it's been, I blanked. Safe to say that I have. I came around here this morning when Jenner packed up, he says jump in the swim. So I chucked the rods out on exactly the same spots, and they've just not done a bite. The weather's took a turn as well. It's a completely different day to yesterday and that, so whether that's got a bit to play in it or not, I don't know, but I shall hopefully have one next time. See you next time.